Hello, hello, hello. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? Thank you for keeping it here at Touching Lives Through Love. Thank you for joining me on this episode. Yeah, at least I'm easy. I'm not in a hurry where I'm going. And so I thought maybe I need to just share something very small and very brief with us, with all of us. Because I have come to realize one thing. I'm the biggest champion of touching lives through love. You know, like I'm the person in the forefront calling out to you people, my good people. And every time I call out to you, I am happy and grateful because you always come on board. You always join me in touching a life through love. And more especially, we have been touching lives of the kids in Korogocho slums, because personally my calling is mostly in the slum. It is in the slum where I feel God has called me, where God is connecting me to just reach out to those kids, hold their hands, encourage them, empower them, love on them, show them care, show them that somebody really cares about them and somebody minds about them and somebody can touch their lives through love. And so as I have been thinking about this great mission that God has given me of touching lives through love, I always have you in mind, because I get people calling me, I get people texting me, I get people sending me WhatsApp, and they keep telling me, Gladys, you're doing an awesome job. Gladys, I admire you for what you do. I love what you're doing. I am your biggest fan. I follow what you do and I love what you're doing. And I always feel encouraged. But then there's this group of people who tell me, Gladys, I wish I could be able to do what you do. I wish I can be able to be like you. I wish I can be able to help somebody like you're doing. I wish I can be able to reach out to somebody and give them a hand and see them stand. And I've been having a burden of such category of people, because I know I'm not the only person gifted to touch a life through love. We must be so many of us, because like my mentor, Saint Mother Teresa, may her soul rest in peace. As my mentor, Saint Mother Teresa, once said, that you can be good. This world is full of good people because you can decide to be good. This world can be full of good people because you can decide to be good. So I just want to echo her words, and I just want to say, even you and me can decide to be a blessing, can decide to be a blessing to somebody who is suffering, to a child lost in hopelessness in the slum, because it only takes a decision. It only takes a courageous heart. It only takes a heart full of love. Love is the greatest ingredient. In this mission of touching lives through love, the greatest ingredient is love. Because I look at all the lives God has brought through my hands, all the kids that God has enabled me to help. And I think I don't have much that can be touched. I don't have much that can be tangible. But the greatest wealth that I've been able to share with them, that I transform them, that get help through me, even including the 3 girls who are living in my house that we rescued from the same slum in the year 2020 after realizing that their father was molesting them. The greatest I've been able to give these children is just love. And you know, love is free. Love is free. But now I get to understand why most people say, I wish I can be able to be like you. I wish I can be able to do what you're doing. I wish. Now, here is the secret. Touching lives through love calls for courage. A lot of courage. Sometimes you could even be having the physical resources that are needed. You know, like the really physical resources needed, you could be having them. You could be having the money, you could be having the space, the house, everything, all the wealth needed. I need to find some parking because I've arrived to where I was going. So you could be having everything and everything tangible that is required in you touching a life through love. But then my experience in this field of touching lives through love, my biggest experience is you need to have a lot of courage. A lot of courage. Mkubwa, habari yako? Aya, sawa. Yeah. So, the greatest monster that scares people from touching lives through love is lack of courage to do it. That's how I can term it. Lack of courage to do it. Asante, lack of courage to do it. Because most of the time when you set yourself out on a mission to want to go out and touch a life through love, most of the times it calls for you to separate yourself from the entire world, like from the friends, from your close associates, at times even from the family. You need to like literally separate yourself, like put yourself apart, put yourself aside, because sometimes God will call you to touch somebody's life and it will look crazy to the other people. It will look crazy to the third party. It will look like foolishness to somebody else who does not understand what is that God put in your heart to do. People will not understand it. People will misquote you, misunderstand you. People will discourage you. People will literally pull you out of it. You yourself, you'll be knowing it is God who wants me to do this. I heard God. I have a burden. I feel I want to step in and support. Even like the way I got these 3 girls whom I'm raising single-handedly in my family. You know, I know there's somebody out there maybe who feels I need to stand with this family. I need to support these girls. I need to stand with this lady as she's raising up these 3 girls and now 4 together with mine, because she's a single mother. I want to stand with her. I want to encourage her. I want to be her support system to see these girls go through school. But maybe you shared with somebody and then they gave you one reason after the other, why it would be foolishness to support, why it would be waste of your resources to step into it. And so today I want to encourage somebody, because I have got so many people who join me in accepting that what I'm doing is great, but then they feel limited. They feel something is holding them. They feel that they're not able to break the glass ceiling and go out there all out and do it and say, yes, I have done it. It is all because we are afraid to disappoint our associates, to disappoint our friends. We are afraid to look funny in the eyes of those who matter to us. We are afraid not to look foolish or stupid or careless in the eyes of our family members. We are afraid because we are afraid of being branded. Because let me tell you, the greatest it will take you to touch a life through love is, number 1, a lot of love, and genuine love. And number 2, a lot of courage. A lot of courage. Because I remember when I picked these 3 girls from the slums, when they came into my house, nobody was understanding what I'm doing. I took them in the year 2020 when COVID was too high, when people are losing jobs, there is no money, things are difficult, right, left, center. And here I am, a single mother without a husband that I can be telling in the evening, please bring me a packet of milk or bring me a packet of rice. I am adding another extra baggage on myself, bringing on board in my house, not one, not two, but 3 kids. And everybody, even my friends, would look at me and say, Gladys, you must be running mad. You must be crazy, you must be mad, or maybe both of them. How can you be bringing 3 girls in your house? Why can't you chase them away? Why can't you take them to a children's home? Let them stay there in a children's home. You'll be glad you'll be going to visit them. You need them to be in the children's home. But deep down in my heart, I knew, and I knew beyond any shadow of doubt, God has spoken clearly that these girls are not going to a children's home. They are meant to stay in my home. How I was to explain that to my associates, to my friends, to my family, it was just difficult. How to explain to them was just difficult. It was just difficult, let me admit. You know, it was just difficult. How do I explain this to them? And so that is now when, if you listen to our video, the initial video, that is why you hear me saying, I lost friends. I lost a big number of my friends, like 98% of friends. Because now nobody is understanding me. If I talk to somebody, I can sense from miles away, this person is almost now pulling me out of the plan of God and the will of God, because they are giving me the easier way out. Take the kids to a children's home. We will be taking you to go and visit them and see them, help them when they are there in the children's home, you know. And so it reached a point, an appointed time, when myself, I decided I want to separate. I want to keep myself apart. You know, I just want to be me. I want to do me. I want to do me. And I decided I am doing me. And so I had to shut the world out. I had to shut it out. I had to put a hedge, a protection all around me. You know, and decide it's okay. My friends are not understanding me. Let me release them. The family members who are not understanding what I'm doing, they are not happy with what I am doing, let me release them. My associates who cannot be able to hold what I am doing, let me release them. Let me remain in the will of God. Let me be courageous to see these girls become what God has wanted them to become in my hands. I remember we have a feeding program in the slum. And I mentioned that to you. That feeding program, God spoke very clearly to my ears. How about the many kids who are fainting on the streets of the slum because they have slept hungry for days? How about kids in the slum who are on long-term kind of medication and they have forfeited their medication because they are irritated taking medication on empty stomach? How about kids in the slum who are having bedridden parents? How about kids in the slum who are orphaned? How about kids in the slum who are from a special category we call the family, the child-led families? These are families where the bigger child is the parental figure in that home. So the bigger child has to go out and fetch for the others. How about them? Who feeds them? What do they eat? Who do they look up to? And God strongly spoke to me. And that is just after I had picked these girls. And then God is mandating me, go and feed them. And I'm here struggling with God and disagreeing with God and trying to fight with God and telling God, please God, please, it cannot work. It cannot work. Please God, it cannot work. But God then says, do it. Yeah, God says, do it. Feed them. I'm asking God, how am I going to feed them? How will I do it? And then God told me, you do not have your own money, you do not have your own powers to feed these kids. I want you to go out there and speak and say, my kids are hungry. I will bring people who will feed those kids in the slum. Let me tell you, can you imagine going to your social media handles where you know people look up to you, where you know people have placed you somewhere, you know people have categorized you in a certain way, going to your social media handles, now becoming a beggar on your social media handles on behalf of those kids. You start begging, please, anybody who has got food, bring it to the slum. We need to feed the kids. Kindly, I need food to feed the kids in the slum. And so even today, people who follow my social media handles like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all my handles, I am known as First Lady Glado. First Lady is one word and then Glado. You will peruse through and see. I beg. I literally beg. I keep begging. People, my people, I need food. I need supporters. Kindly bring us food to feed the kids in the slum. Today we have 500 kids flowing in our feeding center. Our food bank is open to the members of the community. You know, anybody and everybody who would want to come and plug in and bring us food, they come and bring it. Today I have people who have gotten the concept. Let me remove this so that you can see me. People who have gotten the concept of what we do, the feeding program that we do, that we run in the slum. And so now I have even the farmers, when they harvest their produce in the farms, they bring me the food stuff in a pickup. You know, I got no friends who have known that our food bank is open to the members of the community. So everybody, as they pass by, they can come to our food bank and drop it there. And for the people who are far away, we give them our number. Our number is always here flowing on the screen, and it's available to reach out to us and help us feed these kids. But you see, it had to take me a lot of courage to say that, yes, now God, I can go out and know how this feeding center will run. Where do I get food every day to cook for 500 kids? I don't have money to remove from my pocket and go buy. I have to depend on well-wishers. These well-wishers, I have to keep begging them. I have to keep talking to them. I have to keep reminding them. I have to keep pleading with them. That kind of a courage is what is needed when you want to venture into the mission of touching lives through love. Sometimes people brand you, sometimes people misquote you, sometimes people misunderstand you. Like for me, my greatest misunderstanding that people have on me is that they think Gladys is a super rich woman. Gladys is a super rich woman because she has 3 kids she brought into her house, because she runs a feeding center that feeds 500 kids every day. Little do they know, I handle one day at a time. In that feeding center, if we don't have well-wishers bringing us food, that day we don't cook. We have nothing to cook. We tell the kids don't come. It's the most painful thing to see kids. They are stranded on the gate, but you're telling them we cannot open the gate. We literally have nothing to cook for you. It is the most painful. Because I am not super rich. That's why I'm running it. I am depending on you. I'm depending on well-wishers. I'm depending on people who have got the same burden as I have, the burden of touching lives through love. But then I had to take the courage to be the leader, to be the forefront person that is spearheading this. So I want to encourage you, my people. I really have you in my heart. I really love you. I really admire it when you tell me, Gladys, I would love to do what you do. I would really want to have so many of you join me, because there are so many lives to be touched out here through love. There are so many of them. But number one, you need love. Love, big time. Love, love, love. Genuine, pure love to do this mission of touching lives through love. Number two, you need a lot of courage. A lot of courage to separate from your circles when need be. A lot of courage to hear people brand you and keep quiet and keep your eyes on the ball and focus. A lot of courage to keep it going even when it is tough and difficult. A lot of courage, a lot of courage, a lot of courage. Sometimes when I look at it, I am like, wow. I think what now it means when you want to engage in this field of touching lives through love, you become like a woman who is in the labor pains, who is just about to deliver a baby. You see, that woman who is in the labor pains cannot be seen on the road walking all over, cannot be seen with crowds of people and friends and associates and family members and everybody laughing with them. She intentionally is in a specific place, that is the labor pains, the ward. She is specifically with the category of people, that is the nurses and the doctors, to help her birth whatever that is in her. And that is why I am saying, when you want to venture into the world of touching lives through love, you have to be ready to separate. I'm not telling you hate your friends, hate your family members, hate your associates. I'm saying when need be, when you feel they are pulling you out of the what God has mandated you to do, you will have to put some social distance so that you can focus and do that which God has called you to do. You know. So don't be afraid. Stop the fear. Don't be afraid. Stop the fear. Stop fearing what the family members will say when you venture into it. Stop fearing what the friends will say when you venture into it. Stop fearing. Be bold. Be courageous. And then you'll be able to implement and do that which you feel in your heart, to touch a life through love. Can you imagine there is a child waiting for you to act? There is a child waiting for you to act, to take them to school, and then what that child would have wasted in the drugs, in the slum crime activities. Maybe that child would have become a useless person, get arrested by the police. Maybe that child, if he's a girl, would have gotten into the early pregnancies, early marriages. But if you acted, that life would have been saved. Can you imagine? So get the courage. I know you have the love. That's why you always tell me, Gladys, I love what you're doing. Get the courage. Now it's the courage that you need. Get the courage. Me, the things I have had to persevere. Even the time that I went into depression, I told you, my people, and I will come one day to do a comprehensive story of my journey in depression. I went into depression because my friends are not understanding me. I don't have friends to go talk to. My family, some of them are not understanding me. My circles are not getting what is it that I am doing. I am not able to explain myself to people. I feel like I want to stop what I am doing to please them. But if I again think, let me stop it and please them, again I don't have peace with God. So I am confused, until when now I decided, even that time my mind was getting troubled. Gladys, now what have you put yourself into? From a mother of one to bringing yourself to becoming a mother of 4. Are you okay? Even as people are doubting whether you are okay, you yourself, do you think you're okay? I reached to a point I also started doubting myself if I am okay. But until now, I reached to a point, I agreed and accepted, and I said, yes, God, I accept I am a mother of 4. Come what may, I now accept your will. I am a mother of 4. I accept in my mind, I need to transition from being a mother of 1 to being a mother of 4. I will take care of 4 kids. I don't care what people will say, because people are telling me now, you Gladys, who is even going to marry you with 4 kids? Which man can accept to marry a woman with 4 kids? And that was also bothering my mind, because as you can see, I am a young lady. I would love to have a husband and a home, But I reached to a point I said, yes, God, I accept your will. If it is your will for me to be a mother of 4, you will bring a husband that will accept those kids and will not have a problem having those kids. That is the kind of courage that I am talking about. And now if anybody talks to me, or they think they want to buy coffee for me, or they try to come in a certain area, the first thing I'm introducing myself, I am a mother of 4. So that if you're not for it, we just finish it as early as now. That is the kind of courage that I'm talking to. It takes courage to touch lives through love. And trust you me, can I tell you something? You have what it takes. You can do it. You have the love. That's why you are admiring what I am doing. That's why you even support what I am doing. You have the love. Now, please go a step ahead. Get that courage. Join me. That's the number there. If you want to call me, that's the number there. Even the email, I will give email for anybody who maybe is not comfortable with the phone number. You can do an email and I will respond to you. Let's talk. Let's do what God has mandated us to do. Let us stop being people pleasers, because you will please people and miss out on God. We better miss out on people but have it right with God. I love you, my people. Let's keep it here at Touching Lives. Let's get that courage. Let's get that boldness to go head on, and decide that yes, I am now in this fully. God bless you. Thank you for them that have subscribed. Thank you for helping our channel grow. I'm so happy for all the love and all the support you're showing me. We are on the road to 10K subscribers, and soon we shall become even 200K subscribers and above, in Jesus' name. So if you're there and you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you're there and you have not shared our link, share with your friends so that they can follow and see what we do. Hit that notification bell so that anytime we have a new video like this one, you get notified among the first people. And also, you see that thumbs up button, the like button. It's very important, because the more times we get the likes, the many people who like our video, the more YouTube will recommend our video to be watched by others and also get blessed like you're getting blessed. And I always say, I cannot explain the joy I feel whenever I read your comments. So comment in the comment section, talk to me, let me know your thoughts. What are your opinions in regards to our discussion today? Let me just hear from you. I get happy and I get encouraged. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. God bless you, and see you in our next video. And let's keep it here at Touching Lives through love. I love you. Mwah.